Hello folks, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Bronx Builder Plays with the Queen in the North, Isabella. Last time we ended just before sending our troops down here to attack Jeshi. So let's continue down that path. I also believe I was going to speak about what in the world influence was. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. So let's keep exploring. Out here we have a friendly city-state of Aritim, the scientific one. Nothing found there. We're going to keep exploring with our scout to the south with a little search. We're finding what looks like a lake or a coast down here past this desert. Okay, nice little lands to settle over here, as we mentioned before. Let's grow this city again. We're gonna keep growing on these fantastic tiles and marching, I should say, our army down south. So the army of hoplites are gonna take care of Jeshi for us. So in the interim, let's talk about influence. So once I get to 170, I'm gonna be able to perform this action of befriending this independent people. We're going to essentially convert them with influence into a city-state, providing us with some benefits as we provide them with some favor and some gifts. As you can imagine, it'll take a couple of years for this independent settlement to develop into its own full-fledged state. So we'll do that in a few turns. Let us keep exploring as we go. Also, the goal of this video is to get quite a few more turns than the first episode as we venture down there. And let's go grab this ruin just sitting outside of Aritim. We have another scout here representing a hostile village. The Shengle village. Okay, well, we know we're gonna have to deal with them soon too. Have our first range unit out, the Slinger. Let's drop him down to support our army in the south. And see if we can, or should we, make some purchases. I think we should. I think this is a great time for the expansion of Greece, right? So we're about to take care of this city-state, which means there won't be many hostilities to the south of us, which also means we can start expanding south, especially into the island of Thera. And we may want to essentially not truly double down, but double down on a settler. So what are we going to do? We're going to buy one, and we're going to train one. So within 5 turns, we would have settled, well, probably a little longer because our guy has to travel, but within those turns, we would have expanded our empire into 2 settlements. Let's go and attack. Gotta love how the combat plays out here. That is a good look, right? So our units are attacking from both flanks, really doing some work on the Jeshi defenders. Jeshi defenders are going to do work on us as they are bringing reinforcements from the south. Well, I'm kind of upset that did not knock him out. Alright, well there we go. That'll knock him out. And we will disperse this independent people. They are donezo. We also get some, oh, now there is some, that's nice. So whenever you disperse an independent people, so not like in Civ 6 or Civ 5 where you would just take over their settlement and it would become your own city. This time the settlement will disappear. It just wasn't advanced enough to be held as a city. But you do get a bonus for it, and that bonus can come in the form of anything, like here, production. We got 100 production for dispersing the Jeshi people, and that caused our second settler to be trained almost instantaneously. So our first settler is going to drop down here. We want these tiles, so even though it's not recommended, we're still going to take something down here. And I'm thinking I want to stick with the freshwater, right? From the storytelling standpoint, I feel like settling over here and then here is probably the most optimal, yes, but our early settlers would have settled on freshwater sources, best places to settle. This is probably going to be the best place, or at least assuming that they would have settled down here. Some resources around them, but most importantly, these tiles down here. So we're going to take that. And this little bay looks like it leads out through this navigable river. We're going to assume that this is an ocean, but we don't know, right? It could just be a lake, could be another bay. We have no idea. The other question, I think we're going to eventually settle over here also, but we want to gain some vision here. So we'll probably bring our southern scout back up, especially having met our first rival. So we may want to come explore over here, but our second scout may also want to settle somewhere down here, having explored this area and finding these sources of silver that help improve our unit purchasing abilities. We may want this too. Yeah, we're going to take those. Let's bring the scout down, get this ruin, and now having met our first nation, Himiko leads the Khmer. We want to save our influence for our city-state befriending action, so we're just going to accept the neutral greeting. Notice that the other two greetings actually cost influence for us, hurting the relationship or improving the relationship. This one being neutral, no relationship change. We'll keep it as status quo. And then we open up to our diplomacy screen, where we can engage in quite a number of actions, whether they be treaties, open borders, denouncing military presence, which neither of us have their militaries on each other's border. Some endeavors, which are some positive modifiers, open markets, improves trade. Sending aid, will send gold to an ally. This won't happen because we're not allied to them. Farmers market, sending food. And reconciliation, this only happens if we are at a, I believe, hostile. Actually, it says it here. So you need at least a relationship of hostile to start this diplomatic action. It just slowly improves the relationship of two nations that were either hostile or even at war. And then we have a number of sanctions that we could do, hindering either finances, agriculture on the empire that we have met on our arrival. Our most immediate action is obviously to denounce and further hurting the relationship that we have. But we're going to keep it, like I said, fairly standard and neutral. And we're also going to take the assumption that this scout has explored down here and has found everything they needed to find. So we're going to send our scout back up and bring them up here to see if these lands are worthy of settlement. Let us continue. We want to build. We already got 2 settlers coming out. Let's get another. Yeah, let's get another hoplite in here.
All are made of clay.
All right, so let's continue sending our units down. Sending this guy down. Even though our guys are hurt, we're going to keep them here. We're going to continue to fortify. And this guy, having the fortifications built already, is going to sit and heal. Now they sent us something. All right, so here we have a local festivities endeavor sent to us, and we can also choose 3 options, 2 of which cost us influence. We could reject it at a cost of 20 influence, thus hurting our relationship between our empire. Supporting it, which would actually give us both an increased benefit, but notice that the cost of that is 60 influence, and we could just accept it, in which case Himiko will receive +2 happiness per turn in her cities. We, in turn, would receive 2 influence per turn, which is actually a nice one for us because we want to continue building up the influence, so we're going to do that. Also nice because our yields are giving us plenty of happiness and will be giving us even more happiness in a second with Thera as well. So we're in a good spot with happiness that we don't need to support that endeavor. So let us keep tracking on down. I think I had mentioned before in the previous video we were going to get masonry first. I kind of still want to do that. Yeah, let's get masonry. I feel like the natural course of expansion would also be defending ourselves and building ancient walls. So let's do that. What would we do up here? Yeah, we would continue our infrastructure growth, so let's get our granary up and running. Here we get to choose whether we want to create a new urban district or put the building in a current urban district. All right, that's the dark green. Light green would be making a new urban tile that allows for 2 more buildings to sit there as well. In this case, we already have a saw pit in here, pretty close to the palace, but also close to the winery that's coming here. So we're going to put the granary right here. Seems like it makes sense. Population center is sitting there, so yeah, granary makes sense right there. Ooh, we can claim the wine or tear this down and get 15 production. So this dilapidated winery hasn't operated in quite some time, but its cellars contain a trove of untouched jars, ripe for the pillaging. Since this one does not give us a wine resource and we're doing okay with production, we're going to take the gold because gold allows us to purchase things, so we can do that. And since we don't have sailing, these 2 things are not going to be able to be claimed by us just yet, but we're going to keep them close by to do so. Our next turn, we're going to be able to start befriending this empire or this settlement, so we'll do that next turn. We got crushed.
There is another world, but it is in this one.
So I don't know if he can reach. I think he can't. Yeah, right. So there's stuff in the way. So he can't reach just yet. There are tiles, as long as he has line of sight, where he can go by a maximum of 2 range, and you can see that by here. But he needs direct line of sight. I will say that I wish there was a outline of his reach, kind of like in Civ 6. This is a little misleading too, right? When you hover over the enemy unit, he starts getting ready to shoot, but he can't. So no shooting there just yet. We're going to be fine, though, because this poor warrior is very, very hurt. And that'll be the end of him. So we're going to keep these guys healing as we get closer and closer to settling our new 2nd city. And this city as well. That'll be our 3rd. I think this one will not get there as fast as the other one. Alright, we want to go around so that by the time we get sailing, we're able to pick up these 2, assuming that no one else does. Search reveals a cairn, so we do have another goodie to get down, but this is all rough terrain, so hopefully we get there within the 2-3 turns? Yeah, 2 turns. Cool. Let's get a civic. We want this one right here, discipline. And the reason being is that we do have our quest, the Queen of 2 Crowns, and our quest is to train a commander. The discipline civic allows us to get a commander for free. See the last plus sign? Gain a free army commander. So that should satisfy that quest. And we'll get to organize our military even more. Right now they are a disorganized bunch despite fighting so well. We're going to have a leader command them soon enough. We also got our opportunity to pick a pantheon. So let's see, what should we pick? I mean, I kind of struggle in not picking the Earth Goddess just because we're going to have 2 settlements with natural wonders. So an altar receives a +1 happiness adjacency for mountains and natural wonders. That's going to further boost our happiness. And it seems to play with the narrative that we have, right? With Isabella, with these 2 natural wonders that we have in our, or soon to be in our borders. That one seems to be right. Is it the best choice? Probably not. There's probably better choices out here, especially since we have our pick of the lot. All right, we're the first to unlock a pantheon. Usually, this is the one that the AI picks right away, the fertility rites, which is a great one, right? You get 10% growth in cities with an altar. But we're going to allow the AI to take that one. We're going to take this one. Yep, the Earth Goddess. That is ours. And this altar is going to be in a nice spot, right? Because even this settlement here, which we're putting right there, is within tile range of these mountains, which should get us an adjacency bonus as well. So that should be a good spot for our altar. And over here, our altar could go up here because it will be adjacent to this one at the very least, right? Can't put it on a resource, so that resource is going to stay. I like it. Great. Let's move him. And a perfect sign of the suboptimal gameplay has just shown, right? We should have started befriending these guys last turn. We're at 199, but we're going to do it now. So in befriending, it will take us, we're already at a friendship level, so that's great. It'll take us another 8 turns to develop them into a city-state, right? Where they become strong enough to stand on their own and become centralized government of power. Awesome. And they will give us a gift for improving their status on the world stage. And it'll be a science gift. At least we're anticipating that. Let's move that settler there. This settler is ready to settle right now. So let's build our first town of Olympia. I think very aptly named. All right, great. So we're seeking the future. The people of the conquered village look up to see a new chief standing before them. Wreathed in smoke and speaking passionately, progress may mean the destruction of the past, she says. But there is always a new future to be found. And now our choices. Will these people find their purpose in battle? We'll get an extra hoplite. Or our path forward will be forged through labor and we get a migrant. A migrant is a civilian unit that basically gets put into a city, dispersed into a city or a settlement, and they become an extra population that works the town. So it gives the city or settlement, I should say, an extra workable population. I feel like our narrative is taking us to take the hoplite, though. Yes, so we're going to take the hoplite. And we are in a pretty good stance with our military might. And we're just waiting for a general to lead us. Lead us properly. Let's move him there. Let's move him there. He's very healthy, so let's move him here. And right now our military is just stationed right outside of our newly founded town of Olympia. And we're going to grow this town. Now, I kind of want to grow it here so I can get these 2 tiles ready, or these 3 tiles, as I say, but these 2 tiles right away. But I also want the wine as an empire resource of 2 happiness in the capital and 10% culture when we enter a celebration. With the happiness cranking soon, we're going to be hitting these celebrations quite, no pun intended, religiously. So we're going to take the wine tile to further boost that. And then we'll get our Thera tiles to increase those yields drastically in the town of Olympia. Let's keep going down south, perhaps finding a border. None yet, though. None yet. All right. Athena has grown quite substantially. We can take the final of the 3 of 4 tiles that we are going to be able to reach, because we can't reach that one, of the Great Barrier Reef, really cranking out our science now. And then we'll circle back around and get these resources and further expand our reach of the capital. We're going to heal our units so that they are fully prepared for any threats that may present themselves as we wait in the forest of Olympia. We're also going to take that and see that surveyors have discovered a source of gypsum. Ooh, love gypsum. Don't see any gypsum here, though, so is that going to give us a gypsum thing? Wow, so I've only seen this narrative event once, or at least this type of narrative event once before playing this game, and now it has shown up, I think, 3 times in this game. Soft stone, perfect for fine carving, but the stone rests under a wealthy family's ancestral sign. So we're definitely going to take the gypsum only because this may be the expanse of our territory. I think, again, assuming that Himiko is down here and probably some others, I think this is as far south as we will expand our borders, at least peacefully. We'll see if we can go further, but this looks like a decent start, right? It looks like a decent start, and our people would have expanded here, especially with our neighbors to the north of this potential settlement. So yes, we're going to make this tile a gypsum tile. It looks like that bug is still present, so let's not show and then show, and voila. There's the resource. Nice. Really making our lands valuable here, or our potential lands, let's just say. They're not ours yet. But this one will be. Bam. This town, I mean, I already have my eyes set on this one being specialized into a mining town, and we're going to talk about specialization when that comes, but this one is just ripe for that. I mean, we're going to have 4 mines, resource mines at that, right off the bat, and not even counting the woodcutters potentially. So this looks like a really nice mining town. So we're going to actually start taking these resources ASAP. No need to worry about expanding the borders just because we have too many resources here to just claim. So I like it. Yes, we're good. We are good. Time to move. Is this the same city-state? Yeah, Shingle. So their hostilities still obviously present. And scouting us out. Probably looking to see where they want to attack us. Himiko is probably going to grab these guys. Alright. I guess we won't circle back. Let's go down here and do another search. Yeah. We gotta believe that Himiko has grabbed anything else here. We got lucky with that last one. Very lucky indeed. This looks like, I'm gonna assume, oh, this is a nice little map. So our fractal map really showing out. These little pocket bays. This certainly leads out into the, oh, well, again, not fully confident about that, but it looks like it leads out into the ocean. This is a nice setup here. This, I wonder if is a lake or leading out into the ocean as well, which would make this like a double peninsula type thing, which makes it a really cool geographic landscape here for us and our settlements. I'm guessing that the natural border of our lands would actually be here, right? This mountainous region would cut this up naturally, at least. Our further expansion south might be a little bit of a stretch, but I do want this gypsum. I do want this. I mean, this is a 4 resource tile within just like a 1 growth event of this city. This is very impressive. And depending how I settle it, I might be able to reach these dates. And maybe even the horses. Man, that's a potential nice spot. All right, let's continue. Sorry. There is the end of the world as we know it. Alright, we're gonna station you. Just chill. You go back into the forest and you will chill as we wait for our army commander. This is a horrible positioning as the archers and slingers should be in the back lines, but we don't have a commander yet, so our people don't know that. Our people are just rocking. They have no clue. Not yet. Alright, I do want this altar because I'm going to get the bonus from the adjacency of this, right? We get the, and you can read it right here. Well, it's going to be hard to see, but on your left-hand side, this opening, it says, adjacency bonus 1, happiness from the northeast. Northeast being this tile right here, which is a great reef. If I was able to put it here, I would get the adjacency from 2 of these tiles. If I was able to put it here, 2 of those tiles, right? But can't do that, so we're going to place it there. It takes 8 turns to build. This has a lot of hides. This is a great production spot too. We may very well be settling a 3rd/4th settlement over here as we further scout this stuff. Well, maybe Himiko can't take these 2 as it doesn't appear she had sailing, at least for this one. And also assuming that she came from over here. So let's keep going down and let's see if we cannot grab this. I mean, we have 2 turns before we can go back to sailing, which is at that point probably going to be a 4-turn tech. Yeah, this is a nice little spot as well. And with 374 gold, we may very well be on our way to fully purchasing another settlement or settler. So we got 4 turns to make these guys our buds. I think I'm going to do it. So at 300 gold to purchase another one, I think that is going to work for us. So we're going to do that. And again, a natural course of settlement is probably going to be over here, like I said. Probably there. 1, 2, 3 takes us out, so we only have 1 expansion there. Again, I don't mind settling over here. And I may do it just because it's close enough to the fresh water. and allows us to go one further out. Can grab the pearls, can definitely grab the gypsum very late, but we still can. You know, I think I'm going to send our settler right there. Let's move you, since you've healed up completely, right there, so that when our army commander comes, we'll just pack in everybody in one fell swoop. Yes, yes, and yes. Alright, and our... Aha, I think we done found the... Oh no, this is another village. Alright, so this is not the Shengle. This is the V... Megiddo. That's not Megiddo or Shengle. Oof. Alright, so we got some hostiles down there. That may also prevent us from furthering our expansion south.
He was the first to construct a wall 80 miles in length, which was to separate the barbarians from the Romans.
So yeah, I mean, outside of our natural progression of, and again, I'm taking these Thera-tiles now, outside of our natural progression, or our natural geographic limitators, right? This mountain range would be a natural border for us, so we're going to stay here. This desert also serves as a natural border, right? People wouldn't normally settle in the desert, especially not our Greek people. Maybe certain civilizations would benefit there, and perhaps they are going to, but not us, at least potentially. We'll see. At least not in this age. All right, we're going to wait there, and we are going to grab sailing, which is indeed a 4-tech thing. And once we get sailing, that'll probably be the end of episode 2 for the time being. Gotta shout all of you out for watching. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. Just watching me play a game. Let's continue our expansion, and fortifications complete. Here we go. Ooh, can I hit this guy? See, so notice this is a 2-tile thing, and there is a red icon that shows. Again, it's because they have line of sight, right? There's a grassland here. They're not shooting over trees, so we can indeed hit that scout, and we can kill that scout with our hoplite. Nice. The army being positioned in the forest was a good one, as that scout will no longer be reporting back to their hostile village. And here's our celebration. So are we building any wonders right now? We're not. So let's keep the culture thing going. And ooh, we're expanding pretty fast, so this one might make a lot of sense. Keep our gold. Yeah, this is going to be the one. Keep our gold going. As we get in 2 gold per settlement that we have, we're about to put our 3rd settlement down outside of our capital. And we just got hit by this guy, and since we can't go into the ocean, we're going to have to retreat and pray that we make it. He is still within range though, so we might lose this scout. I was being real risky by moving him down, hoping, yeah, we lost him. I was hoping that our hostile enemies down there would not have attacked us, but they certainly took advantage, and they did. So we've lost 1 scout. Our other scout is moving down this way. He will be there in time once sailing is unlocked. Move you over. We got our army commander though, which is a huge thing. Why is that a huge thing? Well, let's bring the army commander down and speak about what they do as we close out episode 2. The army commander in this game is the only unit that can receive promotions. Well, the only land unit anyway. As we further along in our journey across this game of time, we're going to find that we also have fleet commanders for the Navy, and we have squadron commanders for our Air Force. But those units, those generals, those leaders of war, or captains of ship, however you want to call them, right? They are going to be the only units that can get promoted, and the only way they get promoted is by being involved in the fights. So, yes, from an optimal standpoint, I missed out on a lot of XP with killing 2 units over here, dispersing an independent people. That would have been a massive boost to his or hers promotion tree, right? The experience would have been soaked up by this 1 unit. So we lost out on that, but Again, just telling a story here. Disorganized army first, now going to be organized with our general. Weapons gleam. So now this is the continuation of the Queen of Two Crowns, right? So weapons gleam in the morning sun as Isabella inspects her growing army. Conquest awaits, and only the best deserve to fight in her name. Yes, we love it, and we're getting 25 signs for that, which is why our sailing got boosted just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. 25 signs is not a lot. I think to start in episode 3, we're gonna start going with our civics. We've been doing civics, but our civics, the Greek civics. So there are 2 civics trees for every civ. You're going to have your own, and then you're also going to have the standard general ones, right? In the antiquity age. So we're going to go with this one for ourselves. And I think with this turn ending, we are going to leave it, there, right? So what are we doing? And where are we going? Where are we heading? So our friends are going to turn, you know what? No, we can squeeze in another turn, especially to get our friends friendly. So we have sailing.
The fair breeze blew.
We have our friendlies, who potentially will be giving us a gift right now, even though they got hit with a flood. Sorry, folks. Keep sending this army down. We have sailing now, so we're able to hit the coasts with our civilian units and our military units as well, I believe. Is that right? Yes, that is right. All right, let's see. So our narrative choice. Emissaries from Aritim have arrived and pronounced that the Greek Empire deserves all glory and respect. To honor their friendship between these two peoples, they present us with a gift. Another 25 signs. Thank you, guys. Not a huge gift, but a gift nonetheless. And I think with scientific people now working with us, it only makes sense that we research writing to continue. Set you on alert. Let's take stock of what we have done. Oh, I think we're going to squeeze in one more turn because what natural way to end then expanding the empire. All right, so let's run through these turns run through these modifiers before we build out our final settlement. Let's take the production because we're going to start building a lot of things out of here. So getting the hides is a good win for us. We're going to also take, should we take the salt? 20 production towards training units, and we're going to continue taking the silver, I think. Right? We took the silver here. We're going to take another silver here. Remember, these resources stack. These are empire resources, so having more silver only helps us with purchasing our units. Notice that these were, I think, 120 before. Now they sit at 80. That's a nice discount for buying similarly strengthed units. So nice benefit to our silver mines pumping out over here. And you see them there, right? We have 2 silver resources, 1 wine resource. 2 bonus resources here in the capital that are improving our production. Loving it. All right, so yeah, I think this is a natural break, right? At turn 25, we got 15 turns in these about 30 minutes. Ooh, what a way to end it. So, among the nobles of the coast, a new and powerful dynasty arises, one whose dreams lie as much in coin and sail as in crowns and soldiers. And they are, at the present, a secondary power in the Greek lands, but could provide vital leadership should a crisis arise. Foreshadowing. So we have 3 settlements with city centers adjacent to the coastal tiles, and these cities that are only adjacent to lakes do not count. So we have unlocked, because of that, our people's culture has developed in such that the Chola civilization has been unlocked to us, and they exist in our lands right now. Will they rise up? Will they take over the Greek culture as time goes on? We don't know, right? We're going to play this game out. But that is a great spot to end, take stock in what we have done. Look at this, right? We have another resource available. We could move this back to the capital, and I think we're going to do that. So these hides are going to go over here so that we continue to make our capital a really production-heavy powerhouse. So what have we done? We started with just Athena as our capital, our main city, and we've expanded in these 15 turns-ish with 3 brand new settlements. One of which we really know is going to turn into a mining town, really helping produce things for us. We also have Olympia, which is going to potentially become a city, and I think, down the line. Maybe even in the modern age, a touristy spot, because we have the island of Thera giving us a lot of culture and happiness down here. And our final city or settlement that we established here is Lindos, right on the coast, may become a nice port town, even a trade hub, sending goods through the empire through here. But that is way down the road. We've only met one of our rivals so far, which sits somewhere to the south. We don't even know where they are yet. We befriended an independent people and are making them essentially a city-state, a nation that could stand on its own 2 legs, Aritim. And we also dispersed of some hostilities down to the southern border and reestablished a new settlement of Olympia down here with our unorganized army. But just a few miles away rides in a general who's going to organize them and potentially lead them and Greece and Queen Isabella of the North to a glorious expansion. Even if it is at the tip of a sword or tip of a spear, it's still going to be incredible. And if they don't lead us to expansion, they're going to lead us to a state of nobody messing with us, because our military is just going to be that strong that no one will want to mess with us at all. That's where we are. I mean, we're not looking at these happiness modifiers right now because I don't want to talk about them just now. But our people are fairly happy, at least in 2 of our cities, in 2 of our main cities. The newer ones, not so much. Makes sense. These folks are mining, and I wouldn't be too happy about that. And over here, I mean, this one's going to change too. I know that, because this is going to be a very nice city one day, or again, like a trade hub. But that's where we're at. This is the stock of the Greek Empire right now with Isabella in the north. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Really appreciate you sticking with me. This is episode 2. Can't wait to bring you episode 3 of our Queen in the North playthrough. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great one.